And I am back with my puppy and my food bowl. And now we are going to start to teach our puppy a stay. So a stay for us means we want them to not move when we're asking them to. So usually we start with a sit stay, and that's generally the easiest for a dog to do. But if you feel like your puppy is really antsy and they do better laying down, then by all means start with a laying down, with a down stay. And we always want to start with a very short duration. So we just count down our head to 1, 2, 3, and then we release them from that stay. And our release word is going to be okay. So whenever we ask our puppy to stay, we also want to put an end to that stay so that they learn that, you know, they don't have to stay any longer than that. And so we start with that 3-second or 3-count stay by just taking a treat, putting our puppy in that sit position, and I'll move her a bit first, and then by using this hand signal, stay. And I do not want to have the treat in this stay hand this time. I want to have the treat in the other hand, so it doesn't motivate her to jump up to that hand, and it motivates her to stay in a sit. All right, let's see. Can you sit? Yes, and stay. Okay, good girl, good job. Yeah, again, this really helps when your puppy is already a little tired after a session of practicing other things, or you've just played with her outside like I did, and they're not so super hyper and they actually will stay for a couple of seconds, because that's all we want from them for now. Sit, yes, and stay. Okay, good girl, good job. And then I always want to bring the treat to them when I say okay and I release them, and then they're free to move around again. So we start with a very short duration, and we're going to build that duration into a few more seconds. So you start with, oh, yes, good girl. We start with just a second, then we make it 3 seconds, go find it. Then we make it 5 seconds and 10 seconds, and we really just build that until they can stay no problem, and they really understood that cue. So you always want to kind of predict when they're going to get up. If they're really fast and they're really wiggly, you want to just make it a split second and just say okay, right? Bring that treat to them before they get up. Say okay before they get up so that they succeed. Now, if you've built that duration and you're up to 10 seconds, maybe 15, maybe 20, then you can start putting them in a down stay, for example. Yes, good girl. Go find it. Yeah, you can put them in a down stay, for example, just change it up a little bit so that they understand, okay, it's not just sitting in a stay, I can also lay down in a stay. You can even work on a stand stay, but that's very advanced, so that's not for now yet. And then as you find it, as you have worked on the duration, now you're going to start adding a little bit of movement, but you don't want to move back from your puppy, you want to move to the side. I'm going to try and see if I can demonstrate this. Can you sit? Yes, and stay. Sit. Yes, stay. Okay, good girl. Yeah, so we had not done that before, and you could see the first time she popped up. So I just bring her back in a sit and I start over, and I just try to make it a little easier for her. So obviously moving in a squat position is a little weird, but if you're standing, just take a tiny little step to the right, take a tiny little step to the left, and see if they can stay in that stay position. Good girl. And find it. Yeah, and so you would have the duration built up. Now you add a little bit of side movement. If the puppy succeeds with that, then you move backwards a little bit, just one step at a time. You always want to come back to your puppy and give them the treat where they are. You don't want them to come to you yet. That would be more advanced. So with puppies, we always practice coming back to them and then saying okay and release them from there.